Welcome, one and all, to Little Riddle, a picturesque village where simple neighborly folk live lives untouched by the hustle and bustle of the outside world. A sanctuary from the pressures of all things modern and unnecessary. A peaceful place, a gentle place. A place where the mayor and the miller were brutally, horribly, violently murdered. The miller killed the mayor, then was shot down in turn, the perpetrator unknown. Even as you investigated this, Riddle Manor was robbed by the church groundskeeper, Moses. Though you led the authorities to him, they are having no luck in getting answers from the light-fingered gardener, nor in recovering a statue he stole.
So, you won't talk, eh?
That's right.
We'll soon see about that. They all crack in the end, you see, Constable?
Yes, sir. Only...
Yes, indeed. They all talk to me, in the end. Mark my words, son, I'll have this one singing like a bird shot. What's that noise?
As smoke rises from the town, the constable is dispatched to find out what is going on. Inspector Bragg turns to you.
I'm going to take this here miscreant back to the station. I don't want you following him and me. All right. Now get going. Sharpish.
The inspector leaves you little choice but to head toward the smoke. The acrid evidence of conflagrating combustibles leads you towards the town hall. The scene at the town hall is one of action and panic. A group of people have gathered, watching whilst others attempt to extinguish the flames. The clerk too watches as her place of work burns. You wonder how long it will take to extinguish the fire. The town hall is on fire, and water is being carried from the river in an attempt to put it out. Can you work out how many trips are needed to extinguish the fire? And your result is... Huzzah! My, weren't you in a hurry? And without a single error being made. Olympian intelligence deserves an Olympian reward. The fire is expertly extinguished. You manage to gain the side of the slightly singed secretary. Her reaction to your arrival is unexpected.
I'm not at all surprised to see you here, no. In fact, I'm very glad. You are my hope. You will find who did this.
So, no particular pressure then. You ask your eager informant for all the facts she can give.
The fire started in a corner of the archives, I'm told, in one of the cabinets. The archives are usually empty, but today we had 4 visitors in short order. The Colonel, the Doctor, the Librarian, and the Jeweler. Any one of them could have started the fire, that's all I know. What do you intend to do now?
The weight of expectation sits heavily on your shoulders. A burden you welcome, but one better borne after a night's rest. Mind a whirl, you head for the hotel. Go on then.
You have a visitor.
This is Watson, one of the best noses in the business and a loyal blue-toed agent. However, his arrival has caused some degree of consternation.
I see. So this is yours? The brains of your operation, clearly? Sorry, that doesn't cut it. I'm married. Right, your pilfering pooch has snaffled the sausages. That'll cost you.
You protest that so upright and noble a beast as Watson would do no such thing. Demanding more details, the hotel manager explains the situation. Someone's been eating the hotel sausages. Help the hotel owner to remember what happened. Let's see how you did. Correct you are. Well done. Great Scott, that was fast. Oh, and aren't you the smug one? No mistakes. There are no words sufficient to describe your brilliance.
So sorry about that. Just can't trust anyone these days, can you? Don't worry, we'll just execute them or something. There's a room available on the upper floor. If you won't mention this to the wife.
You settle in to your new, much larger room. Content that, with Watson at your side, the secrets of Little Riddle will soon be laid bare, and the malcontents and miscreants brought to book. A new day and a new case to solve. Someone is responsible for the blackened mess that is the town hall, and it will be up to you to learn the truth. You will need to be paying attention as you investigate this day. Let's find out if you are, and see if you can answer my questions. Fantastic work! Your keen eye and attention to detail will serve you well. It's time to begin your investigation and meet with the 4 suspects. Sometimes there may be more than one place you need to visit. You can press left and right to explore the other. You find a full house at the surgery. The doctor himself is seeing to Mrs. Gossip, promising to speak to you momentarily. This leaves you with the other elderly lady. She has revelations of her own.
I'm her sister, dear heart. Mrs. Bothersome's my name, but don't assume it's literal. My, what a proud beast you have there. Let's see him then. Up straight. Bad posture. Just check the... Yes, that all seems fine. Not at all shabby for a mongrel. Reminds me of my old mutt, Sparkles. Let me tell you about him.
Seems you have little option but to listen. Mrs. Bothersome will tell you a story of when her dog Sparkles buried her slippers in the garden. Can you work out where the slippers were buried?
Oh, Sparkles, my lovely dog, in peace you rest. He couldn't stop messing around. Small thing he was, but strong enough to carry around my slippers. Sparkles liked to bury them in my garden. No other thing was so amusing for him. Oh, my garden! A blessing from God, so green, so fertile. Damn dog had to always bury the slippers on the grass. Sorry, I shouldn't curse Sparkles. I loved him, but he couldn't bury stuff on the ground. Oh, no, that wasn't classy enough for my slippers. Anyway, picky dog he was. Maybe he learned that from his owner. Ha! Well, from the many spots on the garden, he always chose the one next to a plant. Good thing he never disturbed them. My lovely plant, so tall and majestic, so green and shiny. Not only next to a plant, but the spot had to be in between two of them. Oh, and the water, source of life and home to my many fine toads. Sparkles was a thirsty dog. Just water, you know, but he was drinking all the time. His spot for the slippers was always next to the pond, so he could drink a bit after so much exercise. Oh, Sparkles was so particular. If you took a look at the 8 spots around the burying place, you'd see how it was the only one surrounded by 2 ponds and 4 plants. Damn dog, but I loved him so much.
Let's find out how you did. Correct you are. You're finished. That was quick. You made that look easy, not an error in sight. You deserve so much more, but this will have to do. It would appear that Mrs. Bothersome has many such stories of Sparkles, but the arrival of the doctor and Mrs. Gossip curtail any additional precipitous perambulation down memory lane. You ask the doctor about his visit to the archives.
Quite. There's a good canine. Where were we? Yes, I heard about the fire. Dratted nuisance, really. I'm a bit of a history buff, you see. I was using the archives for my research. I was planning to do a little book on local history.
He researches more than books. Oh, you are awful. Come and see us later.
Anyway, I have other patients to see. I'm afraid I must chase you all out for the time being. Shoo now!
It's a certainty that something else is going on as regards the physician and the archives, and a later visit to Mrs. Gossip or Bothersome appears an unfortunate necessity. A most agreeable facet of an investigation is that you meet new people every day. Of course, they tend to be suspected of murder and arson, but you can't have everything.
Ah, it's you! How marvelous! What are you investigating? Do tell! How terribly exciting it must be to be a great detective! You must tell me of your adventures, but first, a test! Must beware of charlatans! See if you can solve my little conundrum.
The librarian has set you a challenge to arrange some books in a rather curious way. Can you arrange them so that they answer the riddle? Eeny, meeny, miny. Correct! Finished now, dear heart? Oh, good. And in the same year you started, too. But while we were all asleep, you managed not to make any mistakes. So you see, there are prizes for...
I say, well, proof positive. Gosh, how wonderful! What times you must have, reuniting lost loves, saving young gals from their dastardly guardians, so that they may marry their impoverished but noble true love. Ah. Oh, I'm sorry, Poochie. Now, what was it I can do for you?
You mentioned the fire at the town hall, and that she was one of those who had visited. What had she been doing?
Oh, am I a suspect? How thrilling! Gosh! Wow, that's made my day, let me tell you. Terribly sorry, but I was just there to sort out the filing system. Bit of an obsession, I'm afraid.
Turning down the chance to regale the librarian with tales of your daring do, you leave the library and the most eager suspect you've ever had. The normally effervescent jeweler is utterly enwrapped and fails to detect your approach. She does not miss the abrupt attention of your shorter colleague, however.
Oh my, sir, such a terribly cold nose. You have me at a disadvantage. To take such liberties with my state of distraction, you are quite the cad.
You apologize for Watson, who seems unlikely to repeat his invasion so all-pervasive as the lady's perfume. To draw the conversation onto safer ground, you ask what she's doing.
Why, I recently purchased elements of an antique necklace, the string for which has long ago perished. I was attempting to reconstruct the item, but I am now in such a tizzy I may never be able to finish.
Far be it from you not to take so subtle a hint. The necklace that the jeweler is trying to reconstruct is missing a few pearls. She knows the value of both the finished piece and the individual pearls. can you use these values to work out which pearls are missing? And your result is on the button. What, finished already? With nary a hiccup. Well done. Look around you and be comforted. You are better than they.
Gallant of you, coming to my rescue at such a time. How can I ever repay the kindness of strangers upon which I so rely?
You bring up the issue of the town hall, the fire in the archives, and her presence there shortly before the conflagration consumed so much of the building.
I do seem to intersect with your investigations, do I not? You must think me a bad, bad girl. I fear that I must disappoint, as I was in the archives only to research this necklace. To no avail, I might add. Still, I might try again elsewhere. After all, tomorrow is another day.
The conversation is rapidly heading south, so you leave as quickly as is polite. When you visit him at his own home, the Colonel seems engaged in proving once again that military intelligence is a contradiction in terms.
Front and centre, quick as you like. Now then, ducks. Jolly disorganised lot, don't you know? No discipline, not a feather. Been trying to instill some organisation into this lot. Quite hopeless. See if you can whip them into shape, what?
The Colonel is trying to arrange his ducks into formation. Can you follow his rules to place them in their correct positions? Let's see how you did. Ha! Spot on! Gosh, you got through that one, lickety-split. Ooh, ooh! No mistakes made. Show off. My, aren't you
That's the spirit! The ranks always respond to the Sergeant Major, what? Ha! I say, fine hound you have there. Hunting beast, eh?
You quickly ask the Colonel about his presence in the Town Hall archives on the day of the fire.
Simple enough. Doing a bit of reconnaissance, don't you know? Scouting out the terrain ahead, Ah, looking through books and digging up the history on that damn fine filly up at the manor, what? Ha! Always good to have something to talk about next time I visit the front lines. The old campaign is going jolly well. Keep mum, though, eh? Loose lips, sink ships, Mwah! Mwah!
Unable to bear any more nodding, winking, and mixed military analogies, you resume your investigations. Now you have met with your 4 suspects. Have you learned anything useful? Have you been paying attention? Let's see how you do with these questions. That clean sweep of questions puts you most resoundingly in my good book. With those questions done, you... Wait! What's that I hear? Something happening at the antique shop? Quick! I'd head over there if I were you. Following my rather superb advice, you rush to the antique shop. Something has certainly transpired here, and inside you find a man who appears to be rather shaken.
What? Who is it? I'll get you. You coming in here, stealing my antiques?
What immediately draws your attention is the classical statue the man is clearly guarding. Between you and the shop owner is a broken objet d'art. Perhaps if you reassembled it, he'd realize your intentions were honorable. In the altercation at the antique shop, a valuable stained glass antique was broken. Will you be able to reassemble it? Let's see how you did. Correct you are. All wrapped up already? Great heavens! No mistakes made too, you great big swat. Well done. Please take this moment to look as smug as possible.
Thought you'd come back for another try,
Wait a minute. Oh, better.
Now then, you're not my assailant. What can I do for you then,
After a little while, you managed to explain who you are and ask what happened. Did the gentleman see who tried to steal the statue?
No. Now then, didn't get a good look at him, I'm afraid. Had a hat on, pulled down low. Asked to buy the statue. I said no. So, he tried to take it.
You ask about the statue, mentioning it bears a strong resemblance to the one Moses took from Riddle Manor.
Well, so it should. There were 3 made, each with...
Oi, that's quite enough of that. This is a police investigation, and this is a crime scene. I want no more interference from you. Out, sharpish. You're left with little choice but to depart. But your mind is in a whirl. 3 statues. Was the one Moses stole one of these 3? Though the fire was only this very morning, the ever-efficient clerk has matters well in hand, and the redecoration of the town hall has already commenced.
Good afternoon. I am, in fact, very glad to see you. It's been a most trying day, and I find myself at quite a loss. I had a very precise filing system, but I'm now so tired I cannot seem to remember how they were arranged before. I wonder, could you perhaps sort them for me?
The clerk needs help with arranging the archives. Can you use her rule to work out how they should be? Eeny, meeny, miny. That's the ticket. My, weren't you in a hurry? And without a single error being made. Olympian intelligence deserves an Olympian reward. With the filing system arranged appropriately, you ask permission to head down to the archives.
I am sorry to have to inform you that the inspector has insisted you be granted no access to the archives. He has declared them a crime scene and quite inviolable. So as long as I'm on duty, he said, I am not to let you pass. However, I am off duty this evening.
You appear to have more allies in this investigation than the inspector. From the moment you're ushered into the abode of Mrs. Bothersome, you are keenly aware that this isn't going to be easy. The corpse of a sherry bottle is silent testament as to the afternoon's activities. You soldier on regardless, and eventually ask what the issue is with the doctor.
Oh, I'm sure we just can't say. We certainly can't, not out loud. Just wouldn't be polite. Exactly, indeed. Do have a piece of shortbread.
You're about to protest when you glance down and notice that the proffered biscuits are more than simply sugary sustenance. There are 6 pieces of shortbread, and each has been cut in half. Can you place them so that they show a hidden word? What will the ducks reveal? Correct! Great Scott, that was fast! Oh, and aren't you the smug one? No mistakes. There are no words sufficient to describe your brilliance. You make the bold assumption that the doctor is arranging assignations with the librarian. Your assumption seems correct, as you are answered with a great gale of girlish giggles.
Oh, absolutely. So bold and brazen. Mind you, he's not the only one to have shown her attention. Yes, well, we don't need to be spreading such nonsense now, do we?
That Mrs. Gossip shows a certain reticence in discussing this story is unusual, but you catch her eyes flicking to a picture on the mantelpiece. In it, the constable stands beside Mrs. Gossip, and her every inch the proud mother. Armed with more information than perhaps the old dears intended, you depart. You arrive back at the hotel in time for dinner, so you head straight for the dining room. However, nothing is ever simple in this establishment.
Oh, no, I don't think so. No dogs in the dining room. What? What? No unaccompanied dogs in the... Look, get this lot seated. I'll get the mutt before my wife sees him. I'd like to live through the night if that's quite all right. Come back, you mutt!
Once again, you find yourself working for your meal. You quickly find out why the manager was so keen to fob you off with seating his latest, rather eccentric guests. There are 8 men waiting to dine in the hotel restaurant. However, they are rather picky about who they'll sit next to. Can you seat them in a way that pleases them all?
Ooh.
Let's find out how you did. Correct. You're finished. That was quick. You made that look easy. Not an error in sight. You deserve so much more, but this will have to do. With the hotel manager in pursuit of your canine companion, you manage a relatively pleasant meal. As you enjoy coffee and biscuits, your thoughts are interrupted once more.
Never mind.
Watson has brought you the newspaper clipping you were sent by Mother, the head of intelligence of Blue Toad. You hadn't noticed the photo on the back, clearly labelled as being of a portrait loaned by Lady Snobbish to a London gallery. Her great-grandfather and grandmother are shown. The lady is wearing a familiar pearl necklace, and a very familiar statue sits on the table beside the couple. Suddenly, you have 2 places to visit this evening. The time is near when you will be asked who you believe the villain to be. This evening may reveal a vital clue, and you will need to be alert. Are you paying sufficient attention? Here are some more questions for you. Either you are the reincarnation of Sherlock Holmes, or these questions are too easy. Wonderful work, either way you look at it. Let's resume the investigation. You were going to meet with Lady Snobbish at the manor, and also investigate the hopefully now deserted scene of the crime. Despite the late hour, Lady Snobbish is content to entertain uninvited guests. The fact that you wish to discuss her ancestors may have something to do with it.
You see, my family have been here since the Norman Conquest. There's a connection to Henry VII, apparently. We have several documents that prove it, though I've never had the connections explained simply. Perhaps you could try.
The lady presents you with a number of musty documents and a hopeful look. Still, this should be fun. Lady Snobbish claims to be a direct descendant of Henry VII. Can you follow her line to prove this?
Now,
What will the ducks reveal? Ah, spot on! What, finished already? With nary a hiccup. Well done. Look around you and be comforted. You are better than they. Lady Snobbish is delighted with your explanation. While she's still in a good mood, you ask about the necklace, showing her the photo. Had she sold it? The atmosphere cools instantly.
That necklace hasn't been in the family for some time. My father took it with him when he left. Now, I should like you to leave. It's rather late, and I'm tired.
Slipping into the town hall is far simpler than you had anticipated. Without the supervision of the redoubtable clerk, the painters have slipped off to the local public house. Nevertheless, you must be swift in your quest for answers. To the archives! You want to get round the archives as quickly as possible. Can you work out the shortest route? How did you do? Ah, spot on! Gosh, you got through that one, lickety-split. Hoo, hoo! No mistakes made. Show off. My, aren't you terribly talented? Well done. As you wander the forests of filing, this coppice of cabinets, you chance upon a vital clue. Buried beneath a tumbled desk, pushed aside by the firefighters, no doubt, you find a slightly scorched, utterly empty paraffin canister and a surprisingly intact box of matches. Your faithful hound gives them a good solid sniffing. With a single yelp, Watson lays the case bare. In an instant, you know exactly who used the materials you found to set the fire in the archive. It's time to go to the police. Only the constable was on duty when you arrived at the police station. Inspector Bragg was called for, though he remains to be convinced of the need to get him out of his bed.
You have been lucky so far with your wild accusations. You had better be more than lucky this time. Come on in. Sharpish now.
There were 4 suspects, 4 individuals who had visited the archives at the town hall. The colonel was apparently searching for more information on Lady Snobbish. Had he found something, perhaps regarding her father, that he felt needed covering up? The librarian and the doctor were using the privacy of the archives for their clandestine meetings. Was there something even less innocent about their encounter that day? Was one of them being less than honest with the other? The jeweler was researching a valuable necklace which had left the possession of the Snobbish family under mysterious circumstances. Had she found evidence that would prevent her making a significant sale? One of these individuals has been caught out. Which one? Can you deduce the culprit and prove yourself worthy of your role as a blue-toed detective? Player 1, you get to choose first. Select your villain by pressing the corresponding button on the controller. Thanks to the arrival of Watson, the best nose in Blue Toad, you now know the guilty party is the librarian. When Watson had a sniff of both the librarian and the arsonist's tools you found in the archive, he let out the same yelp. If the librarian had hoped the fire would destroy the evidence of her crime, she is about to receive an unpleasant shock.
You had better be right about this. I don't want to be disturbing honest folk at this time of night. Come on, Constable. Well, come on then, sharpish.
Yes, yes, sir. Only
what, Constable?
Nothing, sir. You used your talents to select the correct suspect. Many congratulations on a job well done. The librarian has been working late and is just locking up when you all arrive.
Ralph, what's...
Maggie,
That's enough of that, Constable. Madam, I'm asking you to accompany me down to the station to answer some questions about
It was me. Eh? It was? I confess. You've dragged it out of me. Why, you ask? What would you know of my motives? You, with your leaden souls, dragged down by earthly matters. I did it for love. Yes, for love.
For that doctor, you mean?
Doctor? Ha! How little you know. Must I tell all? You brutal man, Inspector. I will.
Look out!
She's dead. In a screech of tires and a flash of headlights, another body lies on the streets of Little Riddle. You knew that your foe was a dangerous one, but now you have a glimpse of the depth of darkness you must defeat. Do you have the strength, the intellect, the audacious courage needed to bring to justice the master criminal at work here? You will find out soon as you prowl the streets, seeking to finally close the Blue Toad Agency file on Little Riddle in Death from Above.